Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Oops, so far I don't see anybody in the chat, so howdy
It's
ho.
okay. I'm just sharing it just now. It's
So
um
at first, I
No,
just
there's
want to
4 people.
say a very happy birthday to our co-host, Mummy
oh,
Viv.
Yeah.
Hope they
happy birthday.
hope they have a good time.
Don't get
And
drunk. So nice. Well, 5 people in the call. Oh, hey, Facebook user. Can you put your name?
hey,
I don't know why it does that.
I don't know.
Well,
so
hey
just
guys, we're talking about ITC led investigations.
I must admit with ITC, I'm kind of. I've used it. I've used the Spirit Box. I've used an Necrophonics. I'm
Already.
not too keen in I'm not too keen in the Necrophonics, if I'm really honest with you. But I have used the Spirit Box and I have got some good responses out of the Spirit Box. So I'm kind of with ITC. I think it does work. Hey Richard, hey everybody, you're coming up as Facebook user, so you're going to have to put a
Put
wee
your
name
name
at
on
the
it.
end there. Hey Chris. So it is an interesting one, ITC.
Mhm. Well, I feel that they work. I mean, you got to remember though when you're listening to it, especially if you're just starting out, that you got to look for words that match what you're investigating, like direct responses to a question. When
Yeah.
they ask, "What is my name?" and they say your name, so am I, Richard.
Uh, uh, it's the same as you've got to be really, really careful as well with ITC because sometimes you think it's saying something and the way that it's tuning through, it could, if it's giving you a group of words, what I tend to do if I'm using ITC is I let some time go by before I let it like basically heat up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it comes on, it's trying to find its rhythm, and people always mistake it and just think because it shouts random words at you, and
Done on a
that's
database, isn't it?
gospel.
Mm.
It is
Yeah.
but that's StreamYard for you sometimes. That's it by gospel. So that's the. Sorry guys, I'm really bunged up and I'm hanging the night and I'm trying so hard to focus.
Well, what I think is
So,
most. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
so no, on you go, love.
Okay, well, what I think is most amazing is when you get different accents in, the apps themselves aren't geared for Scottish, the British accent, German accent, stuff like that. They're all American accents. And when it comes out with a Scottish accent saying or something like that, I think it's amazing.
Mm.
Oh, there's that bloody Nick Matty in that chat. I don't. This is for Nick, by the way. But do you know what? People slag off apps, right? Necrophonics, I'm not too keen on. I don't think it personally it can give the right responses. But what one that I do swear by is what Brian Holloway made, and it was one called Team Spirit App Team. See, because my brain's like tonight. Team Spirit Paranormal. I can obviously. I'm taking that. I'm assuming that's Viv.
Yeah, it could be. I
It
don't
could
know
be.
why it's doing that. It's been doing that lately, and it's been
So this is made up. Basically, it's reversed ITC with English voices. Now, me and Jacqueline Dixon went to a location in Ayrshire, and we used the Team Spirit Paranormal app. It's Lel. Talk about Lel when I say TSP, and she comes in. So basically, I used Lel's app,
Joe.
and we were at this castle, and me and Jacqueline obviously were having a session,
Mhm.
and I asked it something, and it responded to me in Scottish. Now,
Oh,
that's where I believe that you have a good app and a good ITC, because if you have some that is a nationality and it rhymes back with you with another nationality, that's no built to rhyme in with that nationality. That is built in with the one that it was made of.
Mm.
So I love things like that, and that's why I always swear by this Team Spirit Paranormal app.
mhm.
The only app I'll ever swear by. But Brian Holloway's quite a good creator.
Oh yeah, I agree. You know, I like the new one that Scottish Paranormal has too. Haunted Scotland or Spook Scotland, you guys call it. Hey William,
Hey William.
the
Hey
guy that
Joe.
the way that made his is really good too. So
Mm.
Oh, hey Wes.
it was that the way that's way of Scotland.
Brian is the best.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
So what about these people who try and debunk ITC and say it's a load of rubbish, it doesn't work, it's made up?
Well, you know, I agree with it somewhat. There can be a lot of false positives, but like I said, when you get direct answers to your question, it's not necessarily listening at to you or anything else. I mean, it can't do that. They're just words.
Mhm.
Mm.
Or I don't agree with them. I've seen again. Ryan O'Connell is been doing a whole like week test of stuff with ICT or ITC. Here we go.
Here I go.
And he's been getting good responses the whole time. So
Yeah. I don't know, you just got kind of trust what you're using, to be fair, because some people, if they ain't got faith in their equipment, then I don't think they'll get a right response. But if like if obviously if it's working, then you're going to you should believe in your equipment anyway, because obviously you spent money on it to get it. If you don't get any response or anything else, why did you get that equipment? Why didn't you go to someone else or something else that you believe in?
Yeah. Just to answer Wes's question, yeah, I'm really no well. Wes with a cold. I've got the doctors tomorrow, so I'm just hanging the night. I know I could tell a wee poorly Scottish woman. But I guess that's the case for anything really in the paranormal when you're using equipment, because there's some equipment that works for some people, and then there's other equipment that works for others. Like I personally, and I know this has nothing to do with ITC, but I've used dowsing rods and I can't get the hang of them and I can't work them. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm not putting enough energy into it.
Probably.
But then you've got other people who can use dowsing rods like there's nothing else on earth. So what might work for me doesn't work for them, and what works for them doesn't work for me. So
yeah, but I agree with Wayne, and you got to get direct answers, and then also do the research afterwards.
Yeah, we should see on a investigation. I think you should do like some of the background first before you go in and like and investigate. Because you don't know what you're going into, for one, and just kind of what the background is, what laid there before, or so you've got an idea what you're actually going to challenge with, or
Yep, exactly. I agree with him totally. Like my own equipment that I make sure that it works. I make sure that, something can't set it off or can set it off. I say this will set it off or won't set it off,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I like. I don't know if you could hear that in the background. I do apologise. You can. Right, give me 2 minutes. I'll shut the door. It's fine. Sorry, I do apologise. That because of how small my house is, you can hear everything carrying through. So I do apologise for that one, folks. Hi, damn kids. You're right, Wes. But I've totally lost my train of thought. But that's what I like about you, Eric. You sit down and you think, and you always test, which is always a good thing for when you are making equipment.
Mm.
Well,
I know who that is. That's Alison.
Yeah. It's because I want to use this stuff myself. That's why I learned how to do it in the first place. So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to use it and make it like they make it on, different places, for you buy equipment at, I want to make sure it works and works the way I want it to work. Yeah, it's still winter
Happy
here.
spring. Well, winter, spring, half and half. I think the biggest thing is a lot of people who make equipment don't test it. I don't think they do enough testing, and they don't test it the same way. And then they send it out to people, and the equipment ends up either being faulty, the ITC maybe no work, and it becomes carnage. It comes absolute.
And you're paying what, 100 pounds, 200 pounds for a piece of equipment that
it varies on what you get.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's some equipment can come up to nearly £1,000, so that's probably $2,000 in your money.
Yeah.
So it kind of varies on what you want, really. If you've got the money to back you up, then you can buy what you think is best and just go for it.
Yeah.
But leave me alone. I'm a poor little delicate flower.
Lois, I can still understand you no matter what.
I can just.
That's because you're an a-hole. And that's because you're English, Obviously, the ITC lead investigations. Aye.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got engrossed in what you're saying. But I don't think the ITC should be the be-all and end-all leading the investigation.
I agree with that totally. I mean, you got to use other stuff. Even using a recorder or whatever.
But I mean, there's good other pieces of equipment. Even the main one being yourself. That's the best equipment to have. Hey, Daryl.
It is.
As I said, definitely we can always use various methods. But it could also be a cost to ITC because it could be leading you down a path that you're in an investigation. I'll give that what I'm trying to get at. You could be in an investigation and it could be giving you all the answers, but it could be an answers for another location you've either been to or you're going to next, if that makes sense. So you're sitting there writing down these answers, You're telling everybody what you found. You could be dealing with people. Like, obviously, some people take the owners of buildings or pubs or wherever they investigate with them. So if you're giving them like information, maybe they're withholding the history because they want to see how good you are, and you're giving them information that's no relating to that building, then they're going to think they're a load of crap, they're phony. You know, you're not going to.
You're not going to trust it, are you?
No.
Well, it's just like, well, I was watching Scott's show, Matheson, the other day, and they were doing a live, and then they were talking about it afterwards. He's like, yeah, forget where he was investigating. You'll have to excuse me. I can't remember all these names of these awesome places that's all over Scotland. So, but he's going, yeah, we were getting somebody saying sheep, and then Brune, which is what? Brown in Scottish?
Probably.
Brown. Yeah.
Ba-doom.
Brune.
Ba-doom.
And I'm like, really? You're getting all that? I'm like, that is cool, because that shouldn't be coming through that app at all.
What's our Wes saying? He's a lovely gentleman. I just love Wes. It happens, Wes. That's why using your styles the way forward. Hey, Noreen. Hey, Noreen.
Well, I agree with that. You know, like I said, you can't just use apps all the time. I mean, hey, Robert.
Hey, Mr. Robert. Oh, I don't know if it was in general or if it was for yourself, Eric. But Robert, when I seen Robert there, he left you a video, something to do with Loch Ness.
Oh, he did? I'll have to look at
He
it.
did.
I can't remember.
No one here. It was on the Cliff's tribute post.
Oh, okay.
That you'll find it there. It's just when I
Okay.
seen that.
Yes, I know. I agree with that. Oop. Could be I. Oh, okay.
Just ignore.
Yeah. Maybe I should.
Scotland is an interesting place, but I prefer England. I should have been born English, really. When God made me, if we go to put the English version in.
God help us.
Well,
I
I know a
don't
couple
like
years ago,
I don't like your tone, Parker.
I know a couple years ago, like I said, I keep telling everybody, watch Paranormal Caught on Camera. Even if you don't believe what they're showing you, they show you a lot of amazing stuff. Like 2023 or 22, there's somebody caught what looked like Loch Ness Monster just right by the locks where this guy was just rowing a kayak.
With a cold. I don't believe in Nessie, and I'm Scottish.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I tell you, and everybody turns around and says, because Ian will always wind me up and he'll say, "You hate Scotland, you hate everything in it." Yeah,
think
the
about
Travel
this way.
Channel.
Well, I believe in it, so
Yeah, so do I. But I keep
Well,
telling
do you want to swap nationalities?
no.
I do want to say this though. Okay, now think about it this way: if you believe ghosts exist, okay, if you believe
Right.
Bigfoot exists, if you believe fairies exist, then everything else has got to exist.
See, I disagree, Eric.
Yeah, you do.
I do, because it's so you got all your cryptics.
Mhm.
So where does a fairy come? Is that a cryptic?
No, that's a more of a land-based. You know, like they protect the forest or protect that land.
Yeah, but that's what Bigfoot does. Just protect the land, isn't it?
Hmm.
You know. So
So then technically Bigfoot would be under the Fae.
Do you know what I'm saying? Though it's not me being an arse. I just don't. I
No,
don't
I
know.
understand what you're
Me
saying.
personally, I don't believe in fairies, but I believe in everything else, like Dogman, everything else like that. But the only thing that I don't, it's probably maybe because like we all haven't seen one.
Mhm.
You know, it's not that I disagree or I don't disagree. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Like
You
unicorns.
leave
Yeah,
my unicorns alone.
yeah, I believe the unicorn, again, paranormal caught on camera. Guy caught a unicorn right outside his window. I think what happened is that the unicorn itself is not a mystical beast. What happened is a long time ago, they had a horn, and then
Mm.
eventually it just not grew anymore on the horse. I mean, because all a
Do,
horn is calcium deposit, that could have been a deformity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good thing I love about talking to you guys. We all have different opinions. Like, we all are skeptical in something. I'm just skeptical with Nessie because I just don't see it. But then you look at the guy that's gave up his life, he sold his house, he gave up his job,
Yeah, I know. I saw
Steve
that.
Belton, and lived by the lock and says that he's going to be there for the rest of his days until he proves Nessie.
Yeah.
Now we could all say that he's nuts,
Yep.
but it takes some balls to do that. It takes some balls to give up your life and give up everything that you know to go and search for something.
Yeah.
And then I suppose it teaches us a point in the paranormal. If you're willing to put in the time and effort,
It's going to be there. It'll come. Well, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But going back to the Nessie thing, it just amazes me that last year they just had a big thing with the government looking for Nessie. They just spent millions of pounds doing it again.
well, Ness, the jury is out. He was in that podcast. Oh, was he?
Yeah,
I'll need to have a look at it, Robert.
that'd be cool.
Definitely. Definitely. Don't get me wrong, there's probably people all over, like,
Yeah, I think so too. It's just unicorn ball.
see that, Wes? But it does take a lot. I mean, there's probably people out there, well, all over America and all over England that probably gave up their lives to go and search for Bigfoot or go and search for something.
Yeah.
The problem is we probably just don't know about it. It creates a lot for tourism, it does. Keep your eye on the price to drive you, exactly. I like your thinking, whoever you're Facebook user. See that cat? She wanted me to let her out. I let her out, and now because I've shut the door, she's scratching to get in. I'm not getting back up. He could do it.
That's animal cruelty, that is.
Don't you dare they call her princess and say that I treat her different to Ikora.
But like I say to everybody that even on pages that I have conversations with people, you don't have to believe me. Go do the search for yourself. Go do the investigation for yourself.
No, that's it.
You could.
Wes, I want to know what kind of thinking you do at this time of day.
If I see Wes underneath a horse with a horn on it, looking at his balls, let me know what he's doing.
Oh, Wes is the type of guy I would love a 3 a.m. conversation with. I must do that, Wes. I must wake up at 3 a.m. and message you. But it's one of those things, and it's good to have some sort of skepticism in paranormal, especially when it comes to things like Bigfoot, aliens, or whatever. No offense, Wayne.
Yeah.
Who needs Dan when we've got Richard and Wes?
Yeah. Well, but we're getting off the subject of RTC, not investigation.
Right, that was my bad. I started it with an essay. Blame me.
But yeah, I mean, you can't rely on apps all the time. I mean, they're great to lead you in certain directions, but
they can give you false belief, I think, some of them.
if you believe in fairy Silas.
Yep.
It's supposed to be beautiful in the early sky. I mean, I suppose with ITC it has its advantages and it does have its disadvantages. I suppose it's like anything else in the paranormal. It has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. What would I like to see for the future for technology paranormal? This has got to sound bad, but I would love to see, I suppose, technology sort of taking a back step and people using more of their own senses. Or like yourself, Eric, people who make equipment, like use guys to be pushed more further forward, because I think there's people like yourself who've got such passion for making stuff that
Because the guy that Ross Allison is friends with, the scientist, is really going forward in making stuff for the future and hopefully making it for. I want to see something that can put up a net of like feelers, say, and tell you what's going on in that room, if the air changes, or if a shadow goes by, or
no. Who doesn't say I can't even get my words out. Who's to say, Robert, that you've not seen ghosts already? There could be ghosts walking among us. How many times have people spoke to people and next thing you know, someone's not there? Mention where it's not. Oh, I didn't know that, Noreen. A laser net.
a laser net would work.
I
too.
like lasers.
Mhm.
I just don't like looking at them, but I like them. Because laser, grid laser.
All right.
Don't get me wrong, I can't look at for long periods of time, but I like to look sometimes. But going forward, I think there'll be a breakthrough with ITC, but I don't think it'll be in this time of life.
Yeah. Well,
If you
think about it, every 10 years, something new gets developed. So maybe in the next 10 years.
You'll still be here to see it, Eric. You're only 20 in.
I'll still be there. In fact, as far as I know, I'm coming there next year. So.
you got a date then?
Well, not exact date, but I know it's going to be next year sometime.
No. That's good. That's good. At least you've got something to look forward to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got a whole lifetime investigating over there to do too. So.
Believe me, you could come to Scotland and say, what a shithole, and then go back to England. When I see states, oh, for God's sake, oh,
Spirits.
what is wrong with you tonight? When I see spirits travel, it's like black mass landing on the floor or walls without a back.
Yeah.
There's always ideas, but the problem is getting the ideas. And you've got people out there, and please don't to take offence. There's people out there like Eric who's got the best will intention with equipment and really want to build and make improvements. Not make improvements, but make a difference in the paranormal world. And then you've got people like without naming names. You've got people who basically rip people off with equipment, make it dead shoddy, or they just don't give them the equipment that they paid for, or they just don't get it at all. And that is the sad reality. And you're getting people, and I'm going to say an experience for myself where I've been burned, so I'm wary about who I go to.
Yeah.
Because I've got a piece of equipment in my bedroom that I cannot use.
You're talking about
Aye,
Yeah.
aye, that I can't use. But I've got Eric who makes equipment and it works.
Mm.
So I have somebody I can go to. I might actually, I'm half tempted, Eric, to send it to you to see if there's anything at all you could do with it.
Well, I'm sure it could, but wait until I come out there. How about that?
Aye. Lou, that company, is it the JIT one?
Yeah, I must not. Well, you wonder
Change
why.
the Richard, I can't change the bloody batteries. I can't even do anything with it. I'll show you after the live. I'll show you after the live. You'll understand then. But so you ever thought about going to ITC, Eric? Like creating ITC?
Well, I'm not.
Sorry,
that.
guys. Before you go, I'm going to shoot off.
All right.
Oh,
So
bye, love.
I'll see you later. I'll let you know. I'll give you a text later.
All right.
Yeah, please do.
See you
Love
later.
you.
Love you lots.
Bye,
Bye.
Yeah, love you
bye,
too.
bye, 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 bye. You ever thought of ITC?
Well, I'm not that technically inclined. That I leave that to like the higher educated people in that because you have to learn the program stuff in order to do
Oh,
that.
Robbie. Hey, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
Robbie's good at equipment as well.
Mhm.
Oh, Robbie, it's non-fixable. There really is non-fixable.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
don't
even
think
go
it's a
there.
matter of fixing it. I think it's a matter of refurbishing it to make it to where it was supposed to be. You know what I mean?
I've got a good mind to jump up doing it.
Yeah.
But ITC must be hard. I mean, I'm not technical mind. That's why. And I'm going to be really honest, as an investigator, I'm no great with equipment. I'm no ITC minded. I'm no, like, see, like the first team I was ever in, the guy that owns the team has got hundreds of bit of equipment. And I can remember him having this infrared camera, and he got it specially made, beautifully made. And I used to be terrified to touch it. He would ask me to go and get it, and I'd be like, I says, you can go and get it. I says, because if you pick it up and it breaks, it's your fault, no mine. I'm technical phobia.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that.
I watched a thing in the Holy.
That's this.
Aye. So I'm rubbish when it comes to technology. Christ, I've got a camcorder in there that I've only used maybe twice because I don't understand it.
Oh, you got to have me come over then.
And
I've always been
and I
that way,
know.
though. Go ahead.
No, you go, love.
I've always been that way, though. I've always been able to grab something. My mom has trouble like programming their VCR when there was VCRs, or box for the internet or cable or something. I'm like, well, this is how you do it, and do it without any instructions. And I love that. Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to the new one.
You still busting you? No, actually, I've stopped doing that in investigations. Well, I don't do much investigating at all anymore, but I haven't done that. He's referring to Lennox Castle when I had the hole in my trousers. Thank God I had pyjamas on underneath, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
You look forward to the new Ghostbusters movie? It's just, it's not that I'm no, but I'm just kind of like, how many more are they going to make?
Well, they redid the original Ghostbusters with all women, and then they went from the original Ghostbusters to the kids of the Ghostbusters. So, this is what this is the kids. It's the second part of the kids one.
Yeah, I think the only two that I ever liked was I wouldn't pay lots of money for tech and equipment, £11 for electricians AF on Amazon in 25.
Yeah. And they're really cheap to get too. I mean, the most expensive grid laser that I've seen, I'll read this first. There's a Ghost Vision. Yep.
It's true what he's saying.
But there's a laser on Amazon that you can get, like, it's $85, but it's like a high powered massive grid that you can get, you know.
I must admit, I do like the laser grid. As I said, I'm very sensitive. And before people laugh, I'm very sensitive when it comes to certain lighting. And the laser. I hope you're okay, Mark. It's fine. It's fine. My powers went away from me. Aye, laser grids. So there is some colours that I'm okay with, but there's other colours that I just don't work with.
Yeah.
I can see how companies can charge a price.
Yeah, I agree with him. That's why I don't charge that much.
Aye.
And Robbie, I've seen his stuff too. I know that's Robbie, and he's pretty decent at his prices too. So
Yeah. Well, some of the prices, as you guys say, they charge is astronomical.
that's cool.
That actually does sound cool. In fact, Nick, are you still in the chat? Because Nick has got a music box with to show you. It looks pretty freaking cool.
Thanks, Wayne.
Wait no, sorry, I got a bit distracted.
No,
Nick, where are you? I don't know if he's put it on his thing, mate, or if it's on his team wall. I need to go on his team wall.
That is cool. Yeah,
See that, Nick?
Yeah, I just built that MP3 one. People using it all the time, saying it's the best recorder. That's what makes it the most expensive. The last DR60 I've looked at was like over $1,000 someone wanted for it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wayne, I nearly said Mark there.
That's good, Mark. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's what Nick Scott.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought it was pretty cool. I can't wait. Does he? It does say where. It's a motion. It's a sensory activated music box, and I'm sure he told me that he had it out with him, and it worked when he did his investigation there. So I think it was just pretty cool for the colours, to be honest.
Well, bit for her birthday. As soon as I can get it out, is getting a music box. I made it one out of skull, and it's a motion activated music box, the MP3 kind. And then she's also getting a Bigfoot REM pod from me.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to have that in the house, Robbie. Stephen won't even let me have a doll in the house. I always keep saying I want a haunted doll in the house, and he's turn around and tell me no.
Rita doesn't like haunted dolls either, but we're gonna be going. I'm gonna be going and checking some out, not to buy, but just because I'm doing it for a friend.
No, what I would really love to buy, if anybody makes it, please reach out to me. Is see the film Saw, see the doll.
Yeah.
I always love one of them, but
You want
them is a
them?
part of the equipment.
Oh, really? That's an idea, but I don't think I could sell it like that though, because it's a well, it's a marketed thing. You know, like the stuff that I make isn't something that is licensed as a product.
uh, no, I'm still here. I'm just going to be blowing my nose.
Okay.
Just in case you're like that. What the hell?
Yeah.
I
It
wasn't loud, thank God.
sounds like the ghost is burning. Wait.
Don't pick on me. I'm a delicate fluid.
Okay. But yeah. Because yeah, some things you can, I mean, I can make it for somebody, but I can't sell it to a mass, you know what I mean? Like a mass amount. I couldn't sell it as a product. I'd have to make it for somebody, especially make it for them as a gift.
Uh-huh. But no, I know. Sat in the bike
Yeah,
and
I could
moves.
do that too. I could do
How
that.
funny would that be? I would love that. I think VR is a future of stunting.
Yeah, it could very well be a good idea. I think there's a way to. Well, I know this this guy that made night vision glasses for that has the night vision camera on them.
But I honestly think oh, that's my L. Huge hugs, L. Is it L? I'm guessing it's L. But I don't know why Facebook's been doing that tonight. Well, obviously, all the Facebook users, it's a bloody shame because when you're trying to guess who it is, it ends up being wrong.
Yeah.
But with Robert saying about VR being the future of ghost hunting, there's a good possibility.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Then we're finished with the issue, you want to play a game. Aye, in a really
That's the wrong
creepy voice.
Richard.
Hey Terry, two Willies.
Hey,
But no, it's funny those ones, isn't it? I wonder what will end up becoming the future of paranormal when it comes to equipment.
Well, I've seen the newer ghost hunters before they went off the TV. He was using this laser grid, like it maps the whole room. As if there's something else besides you and whatever else is in the room there. So
that's crazy. No, I didn't. You'll need to send me it. You definitely need to send me it. But it's just makes you wonder. Makes you wonder what will come in paranormal.
Oh yeah. True. Actually, I was looking into LiDAR. LiDAR is I think going to be the next step.
Oh, how far are you from Stirling? I can't even think. An hour. Oh, hello, Nicola. Yeah, love. Huge hugs. Terry, now you're asking me a question.
I think so.
Robbie, how far are we from Stirling? I would say about an hour and a half. It could be up to 2. I could be wrong, actually, Terry. Are you in Stirling? But with that being said, here's the thing. What's your thoughts on SLS?
Well, I mean, when it first started out, I could see where you could get a lot of false positives, but they have upgraded it a little bit better now. So I mean, it does work, but you gotta be able to filter out what's a false positive, what's making it look like a person, because it just the thing is designed to think objects are people to begin with. So
It's an hour's drive,
Mm.
8 hours for me. Haha, Richard.
Drive
Cheeky
from
devil.
60 miles.
But what to do, Terry, is give me a PM. You'll
Mm.
find me on my own, or you can find me on
That's excellent.
Willow. I've not used that yet, Richard. In all honesty, I haven't used that.
Okay.
Only
That's
costs
cool.
50.
It's about an hour from Robert.
Oh, aye, because you're in Fife. I'm sure you're in Fife, Robert. So we do the Jarry Down now.
Nah.
Is it be bit early to do the Jarry Down?
Oh yeah, we could do that. Well, I guess you'll have to pick since you're the only one that kind of on this stop.
You make me feel like I'm just the second choice. Oh,
I
Dad's
know,
not
I
here,
just-
Jamie's not here, Mum's not here. Ah,
I think
bloody
I made you
hell.
choose last time though. Stop.
Well, I tell you what, why it's your Jarry Down, you pick.
Okay, fine. I'll pick. I picked one.
Right,
Oh, hold on. I don't want that tipping over and breaking. Let's see. Next week we will talk about the Singapore experiment.
was he?
The Singapore
Was he?
experiment.
Oh, you need to
Is it-
put that
that's
in
the
the
one
chat.
where you-
'Cause-
That's the one where everybody dresses up, right?
What one?
The Singapore experiment reenacts
Think-
the past or whatever it is to see if the activity.
Ah, right.
I don't know. Somebody tell me if the Singapore experiment, because I haven't heard of it till you guys mentioned it like a year or so ago.
Oh God, I can't even remember what I did.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it
aye.
is. Very.
I can't even remember what I did last week. In fact, an hour ago. Never mind what I'd done a year ago. Do you know? Funny enough, when I'd made the crime group and I was getting all my crime podcasts, it's amazing the amount of podcasts that I've done in Simply Spooky, and I can't even remember doing them.
No. Oh well, I was that way for a while.
Oh, the Philadelphia experiment. Aye. Sorry, Eric. Do you know something? I'm going to be really honest. This cold has blew my ears, so I'm not hearing as properly as I should be.
That's all right.
I can't wait. Oh, thank you. At least you forgive me, love. I
That is cool.
can imagine you dressed in a Navy uniform, Terry, in a non-creepy way.
Well, I think my idea with that is that do it on a massive scale, and then everybody stop at once so you can take your readings of whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. So I don't.
It's all right.
Eric, you should do a podcast on making the equipment. I think you'd be right good. I think you'd be the Tim Allen. Thank you very much, my lovely. You're a babe. You'd be the Tim Allen in the ITC world. The equipment making world.
I mean, I could eventually, but I think that I'm right in the middle of doing other stuff right now, so I'll probably be a while before I do something like that.
Don't ask me to come on me because I have no clue about. Hey, Bobby, hope you're feeling better, Bobby. Don't ask me about equipment, wires. I'm not your woman.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just trying to figure out now how to add extra stuff on.
How long does it take you to make equipment?
It could take me a half an hour to 2 hours, depending on what I do or what I want to do.
We'll be getting She's spending Dan's money, I think. I know, it's horrible, honey. I want a date.
DeLorean movement detector. I can make that.
Do you know what I thought Mark said there? I had to see because I've not got my specs either. I thought he said he wanted a detonator. I was like,
No,
that's
he
a
wants a
nice thing,
DeLorean-
Mark.
he
God's
wants a
sake.
DeLorean movement detector, and I was actually looking at that. But it's really hard to find a DeLorean under $100 that's big enough to make a movement detector.
Eric makes stuff as a gift, and I would send you.
Yeah, money guilty.
Thanks very much, honey. Thanks. I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, Mark. I'm hanging.
You do? Well, I'll wait until I get there, and then I'll turn it into a movement detector for you.
See these men that picking me?
It's all right.
It's not classed as selling. No, that's it. But I'm looking forward to next week's one. It'll be good. As I said, I just see when ITC came up, I was like, oh bollocks. I was like, I don't know much about equipment, and I'm like, here we're talking about ITC. So I'll sit there like looking to look.
Yeah, I will. I will look at the Loch Ness thing.
I am totally crap with equipment. That's why when Dan and Viv said they were having a night off, I could have great reading Dan's message.
Yeah.
I was like, they're usually good at subjects like this, but we have kicked this one out the park.
Fashion balls. What? Yeah, I know.
Oh, thank you. Thank
you.
you. We've done a good job, me and Eric. We always do. Even if we are talking pish along the way.
Yeah, I think it's hard to talk about certain things for a certain amount of time because then you only got like two opinions, and then you see what other. Yeah, then you go down rabbit holes.
Awesome. I will check that out, my honey. Thanks, Sarah Louise. You're a wee diamond. See, I don't understand that why it's brought up some people but no everybody. That's weird.
Well, I think when the
Here's another one that's a Facebook user.
oh, there's Mark.
Evening.
Mark.
Hey, excuse me. Hey guys, you all right?
Yeah.
You came in to rip me about this detonator.
I just thought I'd come. Hey, you all right? I just thought I'd come in and say, hey, I'm not on a laptop, I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey, do. Hey, do.
She's getting
What?
tired.
All I heard was hit.
I'm going to send you that detonator.
DeLorean.
I've got a DeLorean floating about somewhere. I used to keep it in a display cabinet back at my old place, so I think it's in a box upstairs. But yeah, I've got the actual Doc Brown DeLorean.
Oh really? Wow.
Oh wow.
So I had to pop on. I've been sat back here playing bloody Skyrim, and I thought, you know what, I'll come on and say hello.
Yeah. See, and then I was playing Skyrim this morning. And I want to go back to it now that you said that.
Are you on Xbox?
No, I'm on PlayStation 4.
Well, yeah, I think it's cross. You can do cross console. If you do, I am Grebo1972.
Okay.
So,
I'll have to write
anybody who wants to add me, you're more than welcome to.
that. Okay.
But yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and say hello. And so, well, it was just what are you guys talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah.
ITC-led investigations.
Talking about what?
ITC-led investigations.
ITC, what, the equipment?
Yeah, the equipment. Like the apps that you get. Like the
Aye.
Mechatronics and.
I I only use a couple of apps. I use what the bloody hell's it called? If you hang on, I will find out what the apps
Have
are.
a good one.
I'll just find out what the apps are. Hang on.
Okay.
Now we can take the pee because he looks like his face is just bent. It's frozen. So how many insults can I hurl in about 4 minutes? I better no hurl none. Or he'll hurl me.
There he is. He's back.
Oh, there,
I
oh.
use Necrophonic, Paratech, and I use an SLS app.
Oh, you got the new iPhone 15?
No, I don't use iPhones. I've got the Galaxy S22 Ultra,
Oh, okay.
so I
Ooh.
use that one. But it's got like an amazing camera on it. That's why I got this one,
Yeah.
because the camera's
Yeah.
ridiculous on it. It's got like
Where's
100 times zoom or something.
Where's my pal?
What?
Where's it go?
Where's my pal? Oh, hello. Hiya, gorgeous pal.
Thank you.
That's why I love when you come on. Hiya, ghost.
That's good.
I think you should open my ghost group.
I think I should start putting her pictures up on the Dark Mirror show because she's got her own bloody fan club. This one,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
she has.
She's
Yeah, good.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been brilliant. And yeah,
She can get her own Facebook page and
put
I'll
pictures
do
of her,
that.
stick pictures of her up on the show going and shit like that. You know. But yeah, no, she's doing well. She's doing really well. She's putting weight back on and everything. She's really starting to come out of it now. So it is good. But yeah, and yeah, I think the only equipment I use is I sometimes use a laser temperature sensor if I'm going to take default readings at the beginning. And I'll use a K2 occasionally because you can. Did you just have to dribble water all over my foot, dog? Thank you. Because you can use it to have, if there's an intelligent hoodie, and you can use it to bring the lights up to such and such, and then let all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's about the only stuff I use, and my torch that blinds everybody.
Torch. Yeah, that's a fact.
I've got like a 500 quid torch, and I had a look on eBay. I got it years ago, and I had a look on eBay, and it's still like £300-400 to buy now. I'll show you what it is. But if you can get one like dirt cheap for second hand, they are so worth it. Where is it? I've had it on charge all night. Here it is. No. Cable is it? I've got to follow that. Nope, somebody's had me bloody torch. Where is it? Where's my damn torch gone this time?
I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody's used it. Oh, hold up. I've got it. Right, it's this thing. Get your fluffy butt out the way. Right. It's. Don't know if you can see it.
Oh wow.
That.
Wow, I can see that. That's
And
nice.
it's only got the 4 of these, but it's got like all these different programs you can put on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
And it depends which one you put it on, but it's stupidly bright. It's like 2,000 or 3,000 lumens, something like that.
Make you
But-
go blind.
Yeah, good.
No, that's wanking that does that. But this thing here,
Shame on
it-
you.
it's completely rechargeable. It's completely rechargeable, and the charge, if you have it on medium or low, the charge will last days. If you have it on high, it'll last for an investigation, but it lights up like 2 or 3 football fields. It's really good. So he brought the world's bounciest ball.
Oh, yeah. You have to play with it.
But what you do in your own time, mate, it's entirely up to you. But yeah, I just thought I'd pop on for a little bit and say, hey, as you can probably hear, my voice is a bit. You should have heard me last night. I was squeaking and everything. So I was like, so. But I'm going to bugger the offie, and I will leave you guys to it. But I just thought I'd pop on and say hey, and thank you for all the support and everything, guys. It's been really nice. So I will talk to you all later. And just remember, great Scott, Marty.
Have a good night, Mike.
Bye.
Shalom, Jackie.
See you later.
Well, I guess that's the show for us too. So
Yeah, it's
have
been
a great
nice.
night.
Have a good night. Bye, folks. Bye. Bye. Bye.